Welcome everybody, I'm KB from TK Stitch, and today we're not doing a hat, we're gonna be doing a sash. Thank you guys for clicking on the channel, on the video. If you guys do like anything embroidery related, go ahead and like and subscribe. Anyways, let's get to it. This is the sash in question. They pretty much wanted 3 things on it. So it's gonna be the name right there. So far I've marked just to where the top of the design is gonna be. Same on this side, just so I know that it's got to match. And then I might do it a little bit bigger because down here is going to be first gen, as well as the Mexican flag right here. Right now I'm doing another run, another practice run, because these I did them 4 inches, which is like too exact. From here to here is 4 inches, and I would have to be extremely precise not to go over onto there. So I'm making it just a little bit smaller. It's done. I'm gonna measure that out. So that's the first one. This is the second one. I mean, it looks better when it's a little bit bigger, but to be safe, we're gonna go with this size. I think it's 3.8 inches, and the same with that and the name. I also have some lunch boxes that I'm gonna be embroidering on the top here, but that'll be the next video. Unfortunately though, for today's video is that we can't use this hoop, which would be perfect for that, because I don't have it for the Tajima. That hoop I only use on the Melco. So I'm gonna have to use our regular, what is it, 8x9 hoop, and just get the measurements perfectly like this, right? Aligning the dot to the middle of the sash, same down here. And then what I'll be doing is I'll be taping the sides of the sash to the stabilizer underneath it. I'm not using this one. This one must be like a 2 ounce, 2.5 ounce. It's almost like a cloth. It's too soft. The one that I'm using is this one, much thicker, much more structure. I want to say it's at least a 2.5 to a 3 ounce stabilizer. When these are embroidered, they're like before they stitch it together, so they don't show in the back. Of course, the way that we're doing it, it is going to show in the back, the stabilizer and the stitching. Most of the time we let them know like that's how it's going to look, so they don't expect that it's going to be unstitched or anything like that. But nobody has ever had an issue with that, and that's what we're going to do. So here are the 4 inches right here. I'll probably be doing like 3 markings. First one will be right here, and then I'll do a line on this tape too. That'll be the top of the design, and then these 2 markings over here are going to be so I know how to hoop the magnetic hoop. There it is. This part does get a little bit tricky, but we get the job done. There's really no tactic here. It's just eyeballing it and making sure that our top notch of the hoop right here, the middle of it, lined it up to the line we did here. It's hard to see because it's black on black, but I'm just trying to line up the black line I did on the tape to the dot here. This bottom one is good. It's this top one that I have to line up. I just realized I was hooping way too high. I wasn't going to be able to get the space here, so all I did was move my marks lower down the sash. Okay, I think I got it evenly distributed, hooped up. I mean, I'm measuring everything, not just the dots that I did. That's kind of like the starting point, but I'm measuring the space here to match here. Same here, same here. I think that's good, so I'm going to just tape it along the sides. Cool, got my pieces of tape here. I wouldn't do this if I was using like the smaller hoop that I mentioned earlier. But I do this for this one because there is a higher chance of the sash getting puckered or stretching, because there's a bunch of space where it's not attached to anything or being held down. This way, being held down from everywhere. Before we hoop it, I am going to roll the rest of this and tie a rubber band around it, just to avoid it getting caught and embroidered from underneath. Here it is. Let's go ahead and load it up with... Oh wait, I had already. Yellow. It's going to be yellow. Hopefully it's not too hard to see. We're first going to aim on this dot here, just to make sure we got it lined up to the middle of the sash. Right there's good. And then we're going to position it lower and do the trace so that the top of the design ends up here on that line we did. Little bit higher, and I'm also looking at where the needle, how far it goes, making sure it doesn't go over the edge, and onto the yellow. That's the last thing we want. It's the last thing I want. It comes pretty close, but it's good. I think it's gonna be lined up nicely. Nothing special on the thread, nothing special on the needles or tension. I didn't change anything there. Just finished. Pretty perfectly lined up. See, making it just a little bit smaller gave us this space right there. Would have been crazy close. I'm gonna clean this up real quick. What do you guys think? For this side, we got to see about the sizing of things and the spacing. So the flag's gonna be the same. Instead of this here, the initial is gonna be this, just like that, and then somewhere above here, this here. So I just got to make sure that it's like fairly evenly distributed, the empty space here and here. So this one here is about 2 fingers, right here is about 3. I'm gonna move it up just a bit, just a little bit more, because I don't want it too close to the cow here. And instead of seeing the top of the design like we did on the other side, for this one I'm gonna mark the bottom of the design, because we're going down up. The important part is to get this space first. Okay, once again, we have our hoop marks. Can't really see that one, but there's one there for the top of the hoop. And for the centering of our hoop, that line is the bottom of our design, and the dot just the center. All right, I think that's good there. Okay, I think that is good. Let me give it another little last measuring here. All right, I set up the colors already. This one I did not digitize. I think I got it off of Etsy, but man, it came out clean. I'm glad they did a really good job on it. Once again, let's get it on that line. So I pretty much hooped it exactly the same as the last one. I don't have to move it there. This time we're gonna move it up and see that the design ends right down here. I did not pay attention. All right, hold on. Once again. On the sides is looking good. Just a little bit. I gotta lower the sash a bit. Like that. Perfect. Let's take this off. Go time. Done. This one took 20 minutes, but it's looking good, as you can see, right in the middle. Even, Steven. Scaring me? I almost unhooped it. That would have been a hassle to get it straight again. I forgot I still have to put the first gen. 8. I don't have it lined up, but if the flag was already lined up on the start position, so should the words. Got it lined up as well. I don't know why it's still like really close to the edge. I'm gonna run it because the trace looks good. But yeah, it's gonna go wider than the flag did. But if that's as far as it goes, I think, yeah, that's pretty much as far as it goes right there on the F. That's still perfect. How nice is that looking? I like it. Very happy with it. It got crazy close on this side here, but it didn't get to the border. So I'm happy with that. I'm gonna skip it for the video, but I am gonna run the top one. It's gonna be the major again, right up here. No biggie, and yellow as well. Clean it up and I'll show you guys the final results. There it is. Full pimped out sash. I think they're gonna love it. So here it is on one side. We got the major, the flag, and this already came with it. We also made the choice, everything that's on the sash, it's almost like a satin. It's a tatami fill, it's not a satin. It's just tatami fill with the angles, kind of like how you do a satin. We decided we like satins too much not to do them. They look much cleaner, I think. So we went with that, you know? Yeah, let me know what you guys think. My advice for doing sash, the biggest thing is just getting the height right. Like, you don't want whatever's at the top to be way up on the neck or too low. So wear it, mark it, and make sure whatever else you're doing is spaced out nicely. Like exactly in the picture they sent me, this one is obviously because there's something here in between. This one is just a little bit higher than the name right here. And it looks nice on this side too. I do need to invest in another one of these for the Tajima, at least one, because that would have made everything just a little bit easier. It's the perfect size for this type of job. But that's it for this one. Nothing crazy, pretty chill day. We might be doing more of these, but we do have the lunchbox coming up most likely in the next video. So appreciate you guys for clicking, subscribing, and liking if you guys have. And if you haven't, go ahead and do it. That's it for me. Deuces.